Somewhere in the past, the timeline skewed into this tangent, creating an alternate 1985.
Now you're playing with power.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Can be found only in the past.
We're going to attempt time travel.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Good evening. I hope you all had a great Monday and a great weekend. Oh, it's nice to be back in front of the computer and ready to get some work done. Okay. So, yeah. I had a pretty productive weekend. Get some stuff done around the house. Spent some nice quality time with the family. So, yeah, I hope everyone else had a great weekend. Okay, let's get our screen stuff working. There we go. Bada boom, bada bing, we're up. So, yeah, anyone really, sorry, boy, I am tongue-tied today. Anyway, so anyone who didn't get a chance to tune in on Friday night, we started going through the map and just the whole game itself, really. Just kind of updating stuff, making it look a little bit better. Wait till this decides it wants to join us. There we go. So we've been going through, like, changing some colors over. As it got rid of the green we had this backdrop here and went with a nice dark blue, which really made the green pop out a lot better, which I really like that. So yeah, just been kind of going through and updating stuff like that. We'll probably do some more that's what we're pretty much going to work on tonight, is actually continue to actually update stuff, make it look nicer, fix a few bugs here and there. Like right here we have this, you can see here, let's see if I can zoom in really nice and actually put it on my other side. So you can see right here, we actually got the stonework is actually going behind this. It shouldn't be doing that. It actually should be more like this, where it has a solid color behind it, because we didn't really have, at this point in time, the NES didn't do really well with layered backgrounds. So it's little things like that we got to get rid of. But yeah, everything's coming together kind of nicely now. I still want to continue to actually get rid of a lot more bricks here and there, get more of a black back, have more of the black, kind of like how we're doing with this spot here. This spot here, here. How we have a lot more black showing. I really want to do more stuff like that, just to kind of get it, just, I don't know, gives it a better look and feel, I feel. I want to try a couple areas, try and get rid of the black drop shadow, maybe, or try to fix this up a little bit. I don't know, it feels a little off. But yeah, just gonna keep working, chugging along, doing this. I mean, a lot of the cosmetic changes we've been doing, I think, have actually been a big improvement on it. Also been kind of going through and eliminating anything that actually hasn't been getting used. That's why there's so much purple on here now. Sadly, I can't take stuff and move it around and put it in new locations, because it just then I have to go through the actual map itself and rearrange stuff. But there might be a few things we can probably move around, like the tree here. Might be able to move that over here. But things like the pipes, yeah, the pipes we wouldn't be able to move. Stonework you couldn't move. vast majority of this we couldn't move around. So yeah. I'm a little annoyed actually. I'm looking at this right now. All this extra white around these pieces is actually caused by the fact that there is no transparency working on here. Actually, if I toss, let me check. Maybe if I just toss the color in here, it might actually automatically show up, which would be great if that's actually the case. So, oh, good, good. That works. Phew, I actually got a little panicky there because I thought, oh crap, I'm going to have to manually color those in, but I guess not. But yeah, so the pink area is like the transparencies, and hold on. This is another situation where, yeah, it's just easier for me to have it onto the side like that. So, yeah, so I mean, it looks nice. It got a lot of extra area where we can work on stuff. Add some, if we want to add some new textures, we can, which is great. I don't get why we have a gray piece there. I gotta figure out what that's part of. Excuse me, I don't know. Oh. It's a Monday. I'm a little bit tired still, but that will change. Anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna keep going and keep updating this, making it look nicer. Maybe go in, try to fix some things up. As much as I like the platform as it looks, we may go in and try to actually change that up a bit. Just because I kind of want to try to find some way to fix this end here up. I'm not a big fan of how that looks, and you really can't see it. I'm not a big fan of how it breaks, and you have like the chunk of blue. I really wish my mouse was visible here, but let's see. Edit. There you go. So I'm not really a big fan of that piece here. This piece here that I have, it's got the red outline around it. I'm not a big fan of that and how that just abruptly ends. So I want to kind of try to figure out a way to fix that. Either that or try to do something else. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. This is the one downside with working with the NES is limitations, is that we are very limited on what can and can't be done. That is one of the things right there that is up in the air all the time. It's like, well, what layering has its limitations. So now one option could be maybe try to figure out a way for, if it was possible, to have orange behind this, which I am not sure of right now. But that would solve a lot of problems. The problem is then all of a sudden you've got orange in the background here too. And if I would show you how that would look, edit, no, sorry, wrong one. Edit, sorry, edit. I'll get one of these edits. But if I were to go here and take orange and say, pull it down. Now, if in theory, let's say if there's a way for us to do this that I currently am not aware of. So, but that's how it would look, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't know. It looks weird because it doesn't have. Yeah, some part of the, which is the flames moving, looks fine, but the part below does not. And unless I want to double up on the animation there, it just doesn't look right. So just stuff we got to figure out still. But we will. Just take some time. Anyway, so I don't know. Also on Friday, we decided, like, I was going to try to start talking a little bit more on these shows, which is a little difficult for me because I don't know really what to talk about, because I feel like we're not at that state yet with a lot of the writing for this game to actually be talking about what we're actually doing, like the story wise, stuff like that. And as I do want to eventually get to that, I really want to have a lot more stuff fleshed out and not be kind of like trying to figure out things as we go along, which, I mean, it's not going to be a bad idea, because having feedback from you guys could help flesh out some ideas. But at the same time, I want to kind of be in a point where, okay, I've got all this basic stuff fleshed out, so let's move on from there, get feedback from you guys to kind of flesh out the rest. But maybe this summer we'll do something like along those lines. Because the nice part about doing it in the summertime is I don't have to deal with the making sure I'm getting up at a certain time to get the kids off to school. I got the luxury of being able to sleep in a little bit longer, so allows me to stay up a little bit longer. But we'll see. But yeah, I've got lots of cool things going on. Anything else? But yeah, anyway, slightly off track. We were talking about just kind of going over gaming, entertainment news, things like that. Because Medaverse's background is we used to be an entertainment news website, news and reviews, and once we threw our hats into the ring doing game development, we kind of got away from all that. But maybe we'll bring some of that a little bit back in. But anyway, I mean, I don't know how many people heard about it today, but where was it? Whoa. Boy, there's a lot of stuff happened today, too. But the big news today was the fact that Eidos, or is that the correct name? I always have trouble because I'm told like multiple ways of how to pronounce it. But I guess Square Enix sold off Eidos to what is it? They were called THQ for a while. They took on that name for a bit. Whoa, what are they? Embracer Studios. Is what it is. Yeah, it'll just Embracer. It sounds like. But they sold off the whole Eidos. What was it? Eidos and Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix Montreal. They sold them all off for $300 million, which that includes Thief, Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain. I mean, holy crap, did they get a lot? But yes, wonder, like $300 million? That seems kind of low for those franchises and those studios, especially Crystal Dynamics, in my opinion, which is like one of the big heavy hitters out there. I don't know. It's like I feel it's really weird, and what also really surprises me is the fact that Sony and Microsoft didn't try to snag those up, because I feel like both those studios both those companies would have offered a lot more than 300 million. Especially, I mean, personally, I would have looked at it as like, well, it's Tomb Raider. I mean, that was always kind of looked upon as being a PlayStation franchise, and I remember there's a lot of shit was thrown when Microsoft got the temporary exclusive rights to the sequel to the Tomb Raider reboot. And so yeah, it kind of surprised me that Sony didn't try to snag that and kind of bring Tomb Raider home. I mean, I know Tomb Raider is also a PC game, but I mean, as I said, it always kind of was interesting that they didn't try to grab that. On top of the fact that also you had Crystal Dynamics making 2 Marvel games. I know Avengers did not do well at all, but I mean, they have the experience behind it. They got the exclusive thing with Spider-Man for that, but it's like, think about it, like getting, actually, the question is like, who owns that right type stuff? Was it does Square Enix still control the rights to making that game, or did that go along with Crystal Dynamics? I feel like Square Enix probably controls those rights, or like the development rights to, if they wanted to make an Avengers sequel, it could easily be under the Square Enix banner. Same with Guardians of the Galaxy, but still, I mean, it's a studio that has experience working with Marvel IP, and geez, you already have Spider-Man and Wolverine coming to PlayStation. Imagine having all these Marvel franchises kind of under the Sony banner, which personally, personally, I freaking hate. On a personal, I hate the fact that Disney seems to have some kind of weird agreement going on with Sony, and they're making exclusive Marvel content for their console. I feel like when you're dealing with major franchises like that are not really owned by that are not owned by the studio themselves. I feel like something like anything Marvel based, anything DC based um, should be on all platforms. Same goes with Indiana Jones being developed over at Xbox. I feel like that's a game also that shouldn't be tied to just one platform. And I got this thing where I honestly am not, unless they actually legitly own the franchises, say like God of War, that should always be PlayStation exclusive. Perfect Dark, that should always be Xbox exclusive. Same with like Halo, Gears of War, Xbox exclusive. Ratchet and Clank, Sly Koopa, all those fun games, PlayStation exclusive. I'm fine with those being exclusive type situation. But when it comes to things like Spider-Man or MLB or Mass Effect, for example, those I feel like should be available on all platforms. I don't think they should, and I really hate it when companies try to get exclusiveness for things like that. It really annoys the hell out of me. Especially, what really annoys the hell out of me is when you have like when these major companies going off and paying for an exclusive character, like the whole Spider-Man being exclusive to PlayStation on the Avengers game. I thought was total bullshit, because it's like, oh great, okay, so you get these stories, this character, which technically you're putting as part of this game, which means you're pulling out a piece of this game and making it exclusive to one console. So forever, the other versions, PC, Xbox, if Switch ever got it, Switch, they would always have an inferior product. They wouldn't, in Stadia, though technically that's PC, but like they would always have an inferior product because a portion of it was pulled out and not available for everyone. And I know when Disney had the Disney Infinite, like you could only get was like the Black Suit Spider-Man was exclusive to, or was it Boba Fett? One of those things. They had exclusive figures, and so if you were on one of the other consoles, in order to get that figure, you had to go buy a copy of the game that you would never get to play because you didn't own the system. So I really hate that. I really hate exclusivities in general, and it's something that we'll never do here. We're never going to do anything that's exclusive for one console or the other. And as much as I make the comment about what platforms our games going to eventually be on, like we really want to be on Xbox, we want to be on PC, we want to be on, I mean, Switch is our number one console we would love to be on. Excuse me. In general, I want to be on everything. I don't care what platform it is. I want to be on everything. The problem we run into is how much does it cost us to be on everything? I already know that if we want to be on Nintendo, it's going to cost us money to develop on Nintendo hardware. So as much as I want that to be kind of like the number one platform we go to, it's not really. And sadly, what the easiest and cheapest options for us going forward right now is being on PC, Mac, and Xbox, with hopefully eventually going over to Switch and PlayStation later on. I would like to do everything out of the gate, but if we can't, I mean, this is where things like, if we do decide to do a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or some type of crowdfunding project, that's where funds would be designated area, where it would be like, okay, if we reach this level, hey, guess what? We can get a dev kit, which means now we can port the game over and things like that. I mean, as great as Unreal is for making it easy for us to bring, pretty much it's, I won't say it's this easy, but it's almost as easy as right click save as PlayStation, right click save as Switch. It's almost that easy. Almost. And that's because we have the beauty of using an engine that was designed for multi-console. The problem is you still got to pay a huge chunk of cash to get the development environment. So anyway, yes, boiling it back down. Even though I am a Xbox Switch player, I haven't owned a PlayStation system since the PS3. I had the PS3, I had the PSP, and that's where it ended for me with PlayStation, mainly because I had kids. So buying every console became a little more difficult. And on top of that, for me personally, PlayStation just didn't have that many exclusives that I actually cared about. So, not saying that they had bad exclusives, it's just ones that I did not really find interesting. And the ones that I did find interesting, I'm kind of like, well, I'll eventually get a PlayStation 4. I'll eventually get a Vita at some point and get those games. Actually, the funny thing is I don't own a Vita, but I do own 4 Vita games because I figure at some point I'll be able to buy a Vita for really cheap and play them. PlayStation 4, I have one game, and that's Zero Dawn Event, whatever that one is with the robot brontosauruses, the one that just had the sequel come out on PlayStation 5. I have that game because it looks really great, and it's on PC now, so I might just skip buying the PS4 anytime soon and just rebuy the game on PC. But that game looked really interesting to me, so I bought that. But I wasn't willing to shell out the money to buy the system. So, and that's a similar situation with how I am with PlayStation 5. It's like, as much as I like it, I'm just not in the mood to actually spend the money. So, yeah, but I can say that's a really interesting purchase. Kind of interested to see what happens with it. I'm wondering if this buyout was known for quite some time, and maybe that was some of the reasons why there was issues going on with Crystal Dynamics working with Microsoft on Perfect Dark, because that hit some issues a few months ago where it was like people left, I believe, and I wonder if that may have been part of the reason why that happened, was because of the buyout happening. The people at Crystal Dynamics were like, well, I don't want to go work for this other company, so we're leaving to either go start another company or go within Square Enix, another division somewhere, where like, well, I want to keep working at Square Enix, and so they left type situation. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out if what was the reason there was an impact and issues with it. But yeah, I still think $300 million seems really low for that. I feel like that's, especially when you see how much other studios get purchased. I feel like it's almost insulting to Crystal Dynamics that they got bought out for that low. But then again, it could also be that Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy sales wise did not help. It's a real possibility that was the big reason why they were sold for so low. But anything else? It's kind of insulting that when Square Enix did announce it, that they mentioned that this will allow them to invest more in blockchain and other the metaverse, not meta, the metaverse and other like bullshit crap out there. It really makes me disappointed in Square. They were always such a driving force in the game industry, especially with role-playing games with Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. And I feel like they just they're losing their way, and I really hope they reel it back in and realize, hey, all this bullshit stuff that we're investing in just signs purely to nickel and dime. Just squeeze out every ounce of money out of our fan base is totally stupid, and actually go back to being just focusing on game development. So Yeah. Anything else interesting happening? I don't want to go back too far. Yeah, nothing really happened over the weekend. I'll give you. So I'm not gonna. I'm not really seeing anything happening over the weekend, which is good. I mean, weekends are usually pretty quiet anyway. Anything else happened today? Because I'm actually just looking over the news now. I mean, that was one that just kind of like popped up first thing this morning. I was like, holy shit, really? Um, let's see. I'm not seeing anything. I haven't decided if I want to do like have videos up and everything. So I mean, there's a couple things that were kind of cool that actually got shown off over the weekend. There was the guy took the Fisher Price controller for little kids to just that makes noise and actually modded it to be a working PC controller, which was freaking awesome. I highly recommend hunting that down, guys. It's a really funny video. It's probably easy to find on YouTube right now. And the other thing is someone put Spider-Man into the Matrix Awakening Unreal 5 demo, which was also really awesome. Again, this is one of those situations where it's like, man, I really wish they either bring the Spider-Man games over to... hello! Welcome to the show. I really wish they bring either the Spider-Man games over to PC or somebody else starts making them, because I really miss having them on other platforms. Anything else interesting happening news-wise? Scrolling. I'm not seeing much of anything else happening today. I think everything else has been kind of quiet outside of the buyout. That seems to be the big news everyone's talking about right now. And if that's going to be the situation, I think someone made like a Superman style flight experience in Unreal 2. I think I'm going to have to maybe... I got to look into the whole situation where it comes to showing videos like that first before I start doing anything like that, because I don't want to get takedown notices or demonetized. Even though I don't get monetized, I don't do any of my videos for monetization anyway, but I hate when I get stuck with ads on my videos because I put a piece of music into it or I showed a video in it, and all of a sudden now, oh, guess what? I have ads attached to my video because dumbasses who put a claim on it, though 90% of the time I counter that and they always get removed anyway. But it's irritating that for like 2 weeks they're running ads on my stuff. But I need to dig in to see what would I need to do to make sure I could show a video on here without that crap happening. What am I making? I am working on a kind of like a light Metroidvania style game. That's like part 1 of the whole project. It's actually a 4-part series where each chapter, though technically it's each full-fledged game in this series, is based in a different console generation. So the first game, which is what we've been working on mainly, is NES era. And yeah, actually, I do get a lot of inspirations from the old NES Ninja Turtle game. I've got some inspirations from the Alien game on the NES. I look at a lot of those games, kind of get inspirations on art styles and stuff. but yeah, we've been going through and try to make this look and feel as much like an NES game as possible. That's the whole goal, is to really get that look and feel. And once this one's done, which hopefully, yeah, NES had a great art style, and I feel a lot of people trying to mimic it, and there's a reason for it. But, but yeah, I'm hoping to have this game done for the holidays. Though bug testing is trying to convince me otherwise, that I'm too ambitious and it may not be done in time. um, but yeah, today we're going through, we're updating the visuals a bit. Kind of like making things less blend in with each other. I was having an issue for a while where the pipes were kind of blending in a little bit too much, and trying to go through and fix that now. Also fix little bugs here and there. I got some color issues here where the green's popping out in the background. Oh, Game Boy and NES, that's nice. Game Boy, I'm wanting to try doing Game Boy, because I feel like working with even with the Game Boy limitations would be really interesting creatively. I'm looking forward to, because for SNES, once this one's done, we'll be switching over to doing Super Nintendo next, and I've already played around with doing some sprite work in that, and I'm just loving the fact that I have so fewer limitations when it comes to what the character sprites can look like, that I'm just ecstatic on what will happen eventually when we hit that. And then we go back to we go to N64 after that, and then we get hit with those limitations on what could be done with that. Which is, we've been doing some testing with N64 limitations, and yeah, those hurt. Wow, 6 years. Yeah, I can imagine when you are learning it by yourself, it does take a long time. I'm on year 4 or year 5 on this game. But when I started doing this game and this show, all I had were ideas written down on a napkin. And I've been documenting the whole entire process from initial idea to where we are today, in nice little 2-hour plus chunks. It's been fun, but sometimes I wish I was part of a bigger team, because it would be able to get a lot more done a lot quicker. And right now, it's like when you're doing solo development, it takes a lot out of you. But this is what we'll be working on mostly tonight, is trying to clean up stuff, get things looking properly again, and staying within the confines of the Nintendo limitations. Yeah, I'm a visual guy too. When we first started doing Metaverse, I was part of a team with a bunch of other guys, and I was just the art director, and I just did the artwork for our initial 2 games. Other people did all the programming and everything, but when the studio disbanded, and I decided I still wanted to continue making games, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to be the developer, the art director, the marketing guru, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, it does take a lot, especially when that's one reason I went with Unreal, just because it was so much easier for me to learn because of all their tools they have. It made it easier for me, who I'm also a very visual person. I'm not a great when it comes to coding in general. It made it so much easier for me to actually try to make my vision come to be tuition. So you're lucky. A 7-hour stream? I don't think I've ever done a 7-hour stream. I would love to do a 7-hour stream. Though I think my wife would kill me if I tried to do that. Though who knows? I might be able to convince her to let me do one during the summer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's how me and my friends were able to do our initial 2 projects. Is we were single at the time. Every waking hour was used to work on the games, and many long nights. I think at one point I actually did sleep in the office because I was pulling an all-nighter. But this was well before the age of Twitch. Yeah, that I've been so tempted many times to change my game, but I've kind of really been kind of gun ho on the concept that I chose, and kind of had to resist doing a lot of changes. I always look at it as like, well, if I want to change stuff, I got the next game. I can go and improve on the formula, kind of make it feel a bit more like how things were back in the day. Developers didn't have that luxury of like saying, well, this didn't work, let's try something else. They took a chance, see if the game succeeded or not. If it didn't succeed, they go back to the drawing board, the second one, if they didn't go bankrupt. Toss a couple more holes in there. I think that looks nice. I think I'm gonna switch over to mini mode. See if people can see a better idea of what's going on. I always forget to switch over to small mode when I start working. There we go. No, wrong side. This side. There we go. Right now it's doing cleanup time, trying to figure out what needs to get fixed, what needs to get removed. Oops, I didn't want to edit that. I want to edit the background because... Oh, I already did remove it. Okay, that's good. And oh, there we go. We got a spot there. Yeah, this is just a really time-consuming process of going through and editing stuff. And what is... Why does that look like that? I don't remember having cracks in my pipe. Oh, did I? Is that because of that? No, that wouldn't do that. Where the heck did that crack come from? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, huh. That is very odd. I don't know where that came from. Huh. That's missing a piece there. There, that looks better. Holy cow, that's crazy. That is a lot of different revisions. Oh man. And I couldn't imagine going from 3D and then 2D and then 2.5D and then back to 3D. Wow. Jeez. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've at least had the luxury of being stuck on just sticking with a 2D for this game, and then eventually going over to the other formats later on. Oh wow, that sounds like it's a pretty damn cool game. I mean, I like the Octopath games; those were a lot of fun. So yeah, that could be a really awesome concept. I mean, I'm juggling between different art styles. I mean, I've got NES, Super NES, GameCube, and N64, all four different graphic styles, but I've only stuck my toe in when it comes to the Super Nintendo, and I've only done a quick mock-up demo for the N64. But just it's one reason I decided I had to like stick with one game at a time, because trying to switch gears between them was kind of brutal, because it's like you had to kind of switch your train of thought on what you were doing. But man, that sounds really cool. Wow, your game looks really awesome. Actually, I just fired it up the video to look at it quickly. It looks really cool. I am going to have to watch your last stream at some point. That looks really awesome. Okay, let's see. Going down through this section now. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there's an out of the ordinary spot there. Let's get some background stuff there that shouldn't be. Kind of one there. Oops, wrong side. So honestly, might as well just drop that whole section down. No point in actually having that where it was. And we're down halfway through that brick, so. I actually jumped over to your Twitch channel just a few minutes ago, and actually was looking, scrubbing through the video of your last broadcast. It looks really cool. It reminds me a bit of the it actually reminds me of a bunch of different games. One that comes to mind was that the PlayStation 3 game where the 3D Dot Hero, I think was. What was it? Of course you're not going to let me type, aren't you? Unreal, are you being a jerk to me right now? You eating up all my resources? No, you're not. Okay. Are you eating up all my resources? "3D Dot Game Heroes." That was the one. Whole PlayStation 3 game. Yeah, you're like hitting like every type of game I've liked over the last 20 years. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on you now. This looks like the type of game I would probably have a blast playing. You have a new follower now. RPG in a box. I've never heard of that. Huh. That is actually pretty cool. Hmm. Oh yeah, I remember Godot. I think at one point I looked at that as using it as an engine, but at the time it was kind of like, yeah, wasn't exactly what I needed. Okay. Oh, did I? Was that gonna be an issue? Trying to remember now if that was gonna be an issue there that you couldn't get back out. Yeah, that was gonna be an issue. I needed to move this piece here. I just realized. I worked that up, I think, originally. Did I work that one up? Yes, I did mark it on the map. This is an area that had to get fixed. Let's move this over here. Okay. I can get rid of this guy. Fill that and get rid of the shadow here. There. Okay. Now we're going to make it so the wall comes down just the right height. There. Got that there. There. Now that works, will work properly and get us in and out. So I think okay, that looks better. That fixes that. I wonder if I want to just add a black backdrop on the pipes just to deal with so many issues. Let's see how it looks. Oh wait, hold on. That's the problem. 1, 2. We already got the 3 color maximum, so that runs into that issue. So unless we do something with replacing the darker gray with black, you know what? Let's try it. Let's just try it. Worst case, we revert back. This freaking 3 color limitation is totally annoying as hell. Okay, so that's that one. That's the other one. Oh, wait. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so if we're going to switch over to black, we got to switch everything over to black, which really sucks. Oh, man. So much more work. Curse you, Nintendo, and your 3 color limitations. Why can't I use gray too? Well, why can't I just not have a transparency and get that 4th color? Okay. The plus side, I guess that makes the beam stick out a little bit more, which is going to be nice. I mean, the beams, the pipes. The pipes. The pipes are calling. Dun, 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 dun. See, this is not a situation where we could get rid of the transparency. I think the transparency actually will work here. The background color. Oh, that should be this stupid one. So let's save this. Yeah, let's fire Photoshop. Why is Photoshop not showing up here? The heck? Wait a minute, is that black there? Do I have an error in? I think I have an error in that block. Yes, I never converted those over to the right color. Damn it. So that block's correct now. Think I have everything now. Okay, I think we have everything taken care of. open up this. Select color range, get rid of our pink. Sprites. Not the tiles, wrong folder. Sprite sheets. Re-import. Re-import. File, save all. No, it kind of looks better. Especially when I eliminate blocks around it. It does, you don't even really notice the... Actually, you know what? That looks freaking phenomenal compared to what we had before with the blue, weird blue stuff going on. But the question is... This seems like that looks good. It does look good still. That looks fine. For like the little weird things that I build, pieces like that, and that looks fine. I wonder if we should. We still have limitations on how much crap we can put on those things. So I'm wondering if I want to do something to this to kind of tie it into this, but will I have issues later down the road with other things? I wish you could like, well, I could technically highlight everything by just like tossing a chunk of pink into them. See, those look nice. So, oh wait, hold on. Oh no, because ever since we switched the sky to black, that eliminates that issue too. Though, like right here, I mean, it looked nicer when we had the green black backdrop. I mean, we could technically give it green, but you could go technically, in theory, we did a palette swap, so you could have a green background on those, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think we just got to leave them black like that. Maybe do something else to them. Let's try. Here, let's just try something out fun. I mean, that kind of works. Maybe we did some type of black gradient type ordeal. Like how we have this piece here. If we had made, instead of going to gray to white, we had to go to black to white. Yeah, no, that really wouldn't look. I mean, we got enough spots. If we wanted to create something in here, we could. Do something like, let's grab. Bring you over here. Let's do something. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we couldn't add any more colors. Maybe something like that. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks. So save. And I had to close down Photoshop. Really? I had to close down freaking Photoshop, program that takes forever to freaking load. What the hell is wrong with me today? Hmm. Okay, color range. Get rid of the pink again. Delete. Really don't like this process. It is kind of a pain in the ass. But I don't know of a better way to handle it right now. So re-import, re-import, save all. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference because it's not implemented yet. That's kind of cool. That looks good. I like that. Oops. I'm gonna put some music on, guys, because I'm not talking much right now, so I feel bad. Okay, music's from Riot Games. Or Riot? I don't know what the heck they call themselves. Sorry, I'm just. I don't know, I'm in a goofy mood today, I guess. Okay, did I fix? Okay, I'm gonna save. I don't want to make a change here. I guess it works. I mean, oops. Hey, so definitely some better cosmetic changes for today. For any other weird things we built out that may not have translated over. So I think we're pretty good in general. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so what else can we work on? I mean, could look at the map, see what other areas are broken. We don't do anything there. I feel like we have lots of little areas that are going to need to get spruced up. Tempting. You know what? Let's try something. This could easily break a shit ton of stuff, but no, let's try it. See what happens. Oh my goodness, jeez. See, that looks so much better now, but the question is how much of this is a break. Kind of also makes this look weird. Great. G-Sync's out. God damn it. Wait, 20 minutes left of the show, too. Of course it has to break now. Jeez. Okay. Every joint in my body wants to pop tonight. Should probably not be drinking too much caffeine right now. Caffeine has a weird effect on me. Either I drink it and I can still fall asleep, but if I also, on top of if I drink it, I stay awake. So. Very weird how caffeine affects me. What's going on? Anyone doing anything interesting right now? Okay, so gotta fix up these spots next. Oh yeah, duh, jeez. Wow, talk about short-term memory. What's this? Hold on, guys. Just want to check something out quickly. This is interesting. Just popped up my Twitter feed. This. Is YouTube getting ready to release their alternative to Twitch? What is this? Huh. So, I'm confused on this. But it looks... Well, I'm confused on this actually, but it's looking like starting tomorrow, YouTube's gonna have like it's gonna be like kind of starting up their own Twitch alternative, maybe? Huh. Interesting. I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned, see what happens tomorrow. But, I mean, I go to over here and I don't see anything. I don't know. This is interesting. I mean, we already stream on YouTube. I mean, so it's not going to change us anything. But I mean, if we can start like tagging stuff for that stuff, I mean, that'd be great. Another area to just be part of. I'm confused by this because I'm not really seeing what the hell it is. I mean, they're doing something, it looks like, but I don't know. I really don't know how they're doing their system yet, or how you even get up on there, so. But probably won't even matter for us anyway, because we do game development, and we always get the short end of the stick. So, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, it looks like they already have they've had their own version of Twitch, but I don't think it works too well. Maybe they're going to be pushing like a big advertisement campaign or something, because I think I'm seeing something about some streamer going exclusive to it, which I've never heard the streamer, so I'm not big on the streaming. I don't know a lot of streamers out there. I have a small few I follow. And I'm pretty sure they're all kind of small people to begin with. But that's kind of cool. I mean, it'll be cool to keep an eye on it, see what happens. Anyway, so yeah, I was looking at this, and I don't really like how this is looking anymore. So what if we... That works. So that looks better. And it very shows what we do on this side, so. But what will probably work better. Yeah, that actually looks better. So, I think I might redesign this area here. Let's just get. The problem is, I mean, we gotta bop them back at one. It looks like. Oh man, let me see. We gotta go through a lot of these. See, it kind of looks a little weird when I do this. To get that black area there. Do you know what I could do? What if... We'll consider like this one of those situations where like, hey, we probably have a blah. Consider like we would do a palette swap thing on this. As always, delete, save, close. It's probably gonna be one of the last few things we do. Ah, whoa, holy crap! Yeah, this is gonna definitely be the last one thing we're gonna do. Try this thing out. So let's close all this stuff down. Re-import. Re-import. Save all. Oops, I don't want that. I want this. No, I don't want that. Oh my goodness. I'm clicking all the wrong things. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Another one I can update? Or is that the only one I have here? Jeez. Oh, wait. Yeah, that looks nice. It kind of looks like it's flowing over. I like it. But holy cow, that's all I have? I mean, that's why I put the note, more water, because we really have very few of these water things here. Well, that's a good spot for stopping for tonight. I like the little waterfall situation. I think that looks really cool. So, anyway, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. I'm gonna go back to full screen. stop the music. Here we go. So, yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. It's great. Definitely got a lot of stuff done. I'm really happy with how things are turning out. So, yeah. So, tomorrow is art day. So, we're going to kick back and do some artwork, chit-chat, normal things. And then we got retro gaming on Wednesday, where we bop into Marathon some more, play a little bit of that. Eventually, hopefully, get done with that in the near future. I don't think it's going to take a while, but we'll eventually get through that. And playing around with the idea, I don't know if I want to go right into Marathon 2 afterwards, or if we want to go play something like Overwatch or Halo or something like that for a bit. Just kind of change things up, get some more modern stuff, go retro, modern, something like that. I don't know. And then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're back into doing more game work on this. So, yeah, we've got a nice, busy, fun week ahead of us. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. It's been great. I really appreciate all the company. All the chatter today. I really appreciate that, guys. It does mean a lot to me when I get to kind of talk to you guys and chit chat. I really enjoy it. So thank you guys. And I will see you guys here tomorrow evening. So long. Take care. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.